See the soffit that I haven't finished for years? Hurts my neck getting up there. I envision brew vlogging as a lot of vlogging. Here I am with about 40 minutes left and I haven't said a damn thing. Oh! Today's brew is a brown porter. Slightly tweaked from a partial mash recipe I did last year. Hey Dwayne, would you have expected any less? 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4, 5 tequila, 6 tequila. Time to drink some more. I'm breaking my brewer's rule. Don't drink and brew. It's a Budweiser or Michelob Marzen. And it was sitting there and I had to try it. How I got into all these fermentation hobbies. My parents made wine when I was in possibly junior high, but at least when I was in high school. Really bad kit wines, the kind that came with grapes or raisins instead of grapes. Yeah, it had to be when I was in junior high because I remember drinking some of that in 7th grade. It was bad. Then in high school I somehow saw an open garage door and went in and stole some cider, and how I knew there was cider in there or anything worth stealing, who knows. But I took that home and fermented it because I knew how. My parents did it for years and was never able to repeat it because most of the cider you find has preservatives in it, so it won't ferment right. So after I moved in here, I had some fruit trees and started making wine out of the cherries because I had a ton of cherries. Made banana wine and kiwi fruit wine. So I had some wine equipment, and one year my roommate and me decided to exchange Christmas gifts, and I had a magazine article about home brewing beer, and he mentioned that he'd like to do it. So I put together a kit in our limit, which you couldn't do now. I think I went over a little bit, figuring I could use some of the equipment for the wine, so it saved me from having to buy the big giant bucket all for myself, and then we'd split it. Well, he didn't like brewing, he likes drinking. So I was the one getting stuck cleaning because I didn't want my siphon hoses or the fermentation bucket getting contaminated. And then that first brew I got him tasted pretty good, and I never liked beer before. So I started looking into it and bought a brewing book, looking at the different styles, and then I started brewing the different styles and found out I liked English beers. So I started brewing. I brewed for myself, I brewed for him, which included people coming over and drinking, so I was brewing quite a bit. And then our local homebrew shop closed down. I tried an internet place, and the change of brands screwed up my recipes, so it was too risky to risk $50 to lose 2 batches, and it wasn't worth going back through trying to figure out recipes again with shipping. So I quit for a few years. And I forget why recently. Oh, I started pressing cider. And then as I was pressing cider, I ended up having to ferment some because I was getting a lot of cider. So when I ordered some yeast for the cider, that put me back to where I was ordering for the home brewing supplies, and I decided to try a kit. And the kit was good. So then I worked off the kit beers and started getting my own recipes going again. And until I figure out the cider, I'd rather drink the beer. So you notice something about that Arizona shooting? The government rushes to try the guy or get the guy charges brought up for attempted murder on the government person. Screw the murder on the regular people. Tell me our government isn't full of a bunch of elitist assholes. Almost 7 months old, Trixie is finally losing her fangs. I'm kind of laughing because the vet telling me that she wasn't 4 months old because she hasn't lost her teeth. Well, you figure since the time I've had her, if just losing her teeth now means that 4 months. I got her when she was negative 1 month old.
Okay, on the one hand, we came up with hand-breaded chicken tenders first, so they've got that going for them. On the other hand, we came up with hand-breaded chicken tender.
You can't carry your ball with only one tooth, can you? It sucks, doesn't it?
On the one hand, moist hand-breaded white meat chicken.
Should have lost them a month ago.